Hi, my name is Bonnie Betts, and I'm the Finance Officer of the Douglas County School District. I'm here today to talk specifically about our end-of-year results from fiscal year 2011-2012. Even more specific is to talk about our ending fund balance. So whenever I talk about ending fund balance, I'm talking about the dollars left over from our budgeted expenditures from the prior year. So we have very, very positive news. We have a positive fund balance. We have slightly exceeded the Board of Education's mandate that we have 3% plus 1% over Tabor. In addition, because of that favorable fund balance, we have just received notice from our bond rating agencies that they have affirmed our favorable bond rating, which only leads to taxpayer savings into the future. So all of those things are reasons why you want to have a solid, fiscally sound fund balance at the end of each year. Many of the questions that we've been hearing from our community is, what has led to this increase in our fund balance? Well, back in 11-12, as we were preparing for the current year budget, we began to scrutinize all of our budget lines to find out where we had excess budget capacity in relationship to our need. We identified three major lines that had that excess budget capacity. It was our utilities line, our medical benefit line, as well as our substitute teacher line. In our utilities line, since 2009, our operations team has worked tirelessly to figure out ways in which we can be more efficient in our energy usage. At that time, back in 2009, we were expecting $2 to $3 million increases in utility need over the next 5 years. That has not materialized because of energy management agreements, because we've developed incentives for our schools that if they draw down the energy usage, we will actually give them a rebate back that they can use in their classrooms, those types of things. So there was a significant amount of savings associated with that particular budget line. In addition, our medical plan. We moved to a consumer-driven healthcare plan, a self-insured plan, back in the 2009-2010 year. That has resulted in significant savings moving forward. And again, we've been able to maintain that budgeted amount in our medical line over the last 3 years. Finally, our substitute teacher line, we had a situation which we were anticipating greater increases that didn't materialize. We have some of the best teachers in the entire state, and they're staying in the classroom because they understand that that's in the best interest of our students. So those increases in substitute teachers have not materialized. Those three things in particular have been huge contributors to our fund balance growth over the last 3 years. So what are we doing about that? Well, we did agree to take those as cuts, of course, going into 12-13. But in addition, we knew that because of these things, we knew that we had over budget capacity. We were expecting to see an increase in our fund balance. We expected to see that, and then immediately we allocated it out. We gave our schools another $125 per student. We added another 2% pay stipend to all employees on top of the 1% pay increase. That's an ongoing increase. So all of that fund balance that we grew has now been allocated out. Moving into the future, how are we going to avoid this? What are we going to do in the future? Well, board policy indicates that you shall have 3% plus 1% over Tabor moving forward as unassigned fund balance. So we are going to manage to that unassigned fund balance of somewhere in the neighborhood of $16 to $17 million. We are possibly going to have some increases in fund balance as we go through time. We have vacancy savings. We have situations in which average salaries increase or decrease depending upon the type of personnel it is. We have a contingency line that may or may not be needed in total. All of those things will contribute to an ending fund balance. But we're committed, as soon as we know that those amounts are there, we're committing to allocate those out immediately to our schools. So again, we'd like to drive dollars into the classroom, so therefore we're going to maximize the dollars to our schools. And second, we want to make sure that we are paying our teachers a competitive salary. We have high expectations for them, and we know, based upon research, that it's the quality of the teacher that makes the hugest impact on our students. And finally, that we continue driving those instructional environments that are truly world-class so that our students are able to compete on the world stage into the future.